こんやな. Hello. Oh hey. Hey da. Spook generates. That is not that is not gonna stick. I won't let that stick. We aren't spook generates. It's spectators. Hey da. How's it going? Man, just before this I was watching that Korean zombie show on Netflix, and like it's so crazy. My mind is reeling from that. So I have zombies on my mind while playing Ace Attorney today. Doing well, that's good, that's good. Squid Game? No. I did watch Squid Game already though, but it's All of Us Are Dead. It's a zombie show. It's so stressful. I just finished episode 4 and I'm like, I really hope the people I like don't die. That's the thing with zombie shows. You never know who's gonna die or like who's gonna become a zombie or who's like immune or whatever. It's so stressful. Squid zombies. Yeah, Train to Busan. I really love Train to Busan too. They reference it a couple times in this show because like obviously that's one of the biggest Korean zombie movies out there, I guess. Yeah, Train to Busan is probably my favorite zombie movie or zombie related media. So good. Yeah, that's what I was doing right before this, so... I never watched Walking Dead, but... I don't know, I think Korean cinematography is just, like, a lot better. Although it does have a lot of Korean, like, drama elements, because they're high schoolers, so there's, like, some high school romance drama going on in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, obviously. But yeah, zombies. Walking Sleeper. Yeah, I heard the comics are better. I don't know how like faithfully the TV show adapted it because I didn't watch it. But no, I don't like high schoolers, especially not high school drama. Like, haven't we suffered through enough of that? But yeah, that's my my zombie show spiel for today. We're gonna continue Ace Attorney, where there's hopefully no zombies. TV not that faithful. Yeah, I'll have to go back and read the comics sometime. The style looks really cool, like American comics, very like inky black outlines. It looks really cool. But yeah. Yeah, Sus Attorney. They found out which high schooler Ayana likes. No, none of these characters are in high school, I don't think. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know how old Ryuunosuke is. I'm assuming he's an adult if he's gonna be a lawyer. Okay, so we're leaving off from the smoke, the like smoke bomb at the end of the last trial. Are they? They're not 16, no way. Are they really? I have no idea. Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Miss Susato! I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade. A type of exploding device that releases smoke. Yes, look! Babeado. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of things ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. Oh, hey, Robin! Oh, second-year university students? Oh yeah, that's right. They did say they were in university, so... 20s? Okay, good. Yeah, no high schoolers in this game. No. But who would have done something like that? The Police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl around 15. There is a high schooler. Just as we were talking about it, a 15-year-old appeared. Oh god, okay. Here we go. A young girl? Then could it be? The game knows. The other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. Yeah, where'd he go? What the hell? I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. A wild 15-year-old appeared. Along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. Wow, Susato, you're so good at math. And now it seems there are in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right, that is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. They cleared out the smoke already? Wow. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. 16 and good at math, Susato. How is that my strike zone? What? I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. Of course it will. We'll know soon enough, Miss Susato. Yes. Wait, is that the girl? Ooh. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded, look. She must have been the one who caused a disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord? I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. We know adult wives aren't in it because you stabbed all of them. I only stabbed one wife. Multiple times in a time loop. Oh, hey, Quad! How you doing, Quad? It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade of the sort typically... Wait, did I read it already? I don't know. Good gracious! The army? What in the devil's name? Hey, Alex! It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. He looks so much like Edgeworth. Yeah. He's the Edgeworth of this game. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Ahem. If I may, my lord? Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that. Artoria. Is it Saber? Tis all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded, give your testimony. Wait, I want to listen to the girl. Why we... whatever. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Let the girl speak. I don't want to listen to Willy Wonka. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. The young girl. This character is a good example of why having people from Britain researching period-appropriate dialogue. You mean, are you talking about McGilded? On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then... Begora? What is that? Begora? What does that mean? A loud thud and a wee scream. How do you have a wee scream? Woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. Oh, the girl. Yeah, Mr. McGilded too. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. Yeah, Quad. He says lass too. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? No. Yes, my lord. Bagara is a euphemism for by God? Whoa. The more you know. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Classic Ryuunosuke. I love this face. Whenever he makes this face, it's just the most amazing thing ever. He's not impressed. Alright, let's go. Okay. Took the back seat, nodded off. Okay, I guess I'll just press everything first. I just wanted to reread it because I wasn't like 100% paying attention. Okay, press. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? No, there were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. Oh, you were the first passenger as it were, I see. Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Okay, so... let me review... So he was sitting across, but then the witnesses saw someone sitting next to him. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. The casting couch seat. He speaks a familiar tone. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. His face. Then, how do you even pronounce it though? Is it, if it's supposed to be by God, is it like, Bigora? A loud thud and a wee scream. A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Bigora? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone fallen to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fella on the floor. You didn't see anyone? But at the same moment, you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. So the girl was hiding, like, underneath the seats, I guess? But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up. You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. Why'd you touch the body then? And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? But it's evidence. You're tampering with the evidence. 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ara? Did he just say Ara? Ara. Lord Van Zeeks, now why would that be? Is that like a British thing also? Or is it just like a typo? Ara. You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. What are you trying to say, huh? Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. You respect me because I'm dead, I guess. So I do try where at all possible to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. Gender-bent Willy Wonka. I don't want to think about that either. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer ting. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious! Under your backside? She was under his butt. And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? I already knew that, though. Yes, of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. And that's when I found her. Their child. You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. You're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag. Chin wag with her. A wee chin wag. The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Didn't want to be outed as a man because Artoria thinks people wouldn't follow her if they found out she was a woman. Yeah. Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. Okay. In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Chiseled jaw. The chiseled jaw to use for chin wags. Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. She doesn't look that short. And readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. Oh, he meant Mr. McGill. I thought he was... Wait, I'm confused. After that, of course. With the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Yeah! We've gone through this whole time and she didn't even say her name yet. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Chancer? Earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. A pickpocket. Yeah, what's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? It's Artoria Pendragon. Who knew Saber was a pickpocket this whole time? Ordar! Ordar! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. What is that? She just shot the judge. Ah! How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Whoa, where'd she go? Ah! The girl, she's gone! What the fuck? Open your eyes! I'm over here. Good gracious, how? Game over. She killed the judge. What was the point in that little sidestep? Oh god, oh. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. I don't know, I can't do. Does she have like a Cockney accent? This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. I can't do accents. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not... Whoa! Ooh, cool. I like her animation. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, innit? Innit? I like the pink best. Me too! My girl. Pink. Ah! Do not wave that thing in my direction again! Gotta pour some wine. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? She's cute. Tis alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. Yeah, he's gotta be, like, way drunk now after having so much wine. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. All right, if I have to. Yeah, I thought he was Irish with the accent, but I guess Willy Wonka is Irish. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. Ooh. Wow, I love her animation. It was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped out me skin, I did. And the scream just came out. My VTuber model could probably wear this outfit. What, Gina's? It's cute. the IRA. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Gina's outfit looks like a ghost investigator. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Yay, let's get in the bus. Get in the bus. This is where I was sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume? Hey, they took all this stuff out. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Get in the sus. Aye, but of course the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah! So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Aw, that's kinda nice. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question? Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness! What a perfect gentleman! My lord! This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. Wow, Mr. McGilded. Yeah, nice Willy Wonka. What a Chad. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Ooh, tipping the scales again, yay. Ah, yeah. Typewriter lady, your turn. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yeah, let's go! Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? Well, that was easy. I didn't even do anything yet. Mr. Naruhodo, this... Well, it must mean... It must mean what? That we're victorious! We won? We did it! Let's go home! We won! We've won? Are you sure? No, shut up! No! Oh! Damn, son. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. Sus Dutchman. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. He's just gonna stand there with his leg like that. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. The disrespect. Emotion? Ah, he put his foot down. The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilded's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. But there was stuff there earlier when I was, like, examining the bus. There was, like, bags and stuff. Did they take it out? This leg animation of Van Zeek's was originally something they wanted to... but I never learned how to pronounce his name. Godot to do in Trials and Tribulations, but the limited animation was too prohibitive. Oh! Wow. So, So Van Zeek's got to raise his leg instead. That's funny. What? 2004 game. Wow, in 2004, people couldn't raise their legs. No, that makes sense though. Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, Council? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Yeah, like, there was stuff when we examined it. Well, my Nipponese friend... Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Yeah, there were bags. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? It wasn't empty. But what does that mean? That's so... I wanted to open the I wanted to examine the bags when I was looking at it and it wouldn't let me. Game? It wasn't empty. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least, when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Yeah. Are you sure, Counsel? Ara. Ara. Be... whist? What are you saying now, you daft daw? I thought you were on my side here. Daw, they're calling you out. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Yeah, they added before the cop showed up, but removed after. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Ah, what a good egg. Interesting. 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interests now to admit that you might have been mistaken? But I gotta tell the truth. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. What do you think, drunk guy? That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. Is he? Really? Are you sure about that? That money-lending fleecer and the pig purse are lying! No! Not again! Ah! Oh no, the inspector took the evidence again? Oh my god, what if... You might be right. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick! Of course it's a trick! No! Not the knife guy, too. Well, Granny will stay on my side, right? Quite so, I must concur here. Typewriter lady, no! Man, everyone just like follows the crowd. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Oh hey, Joe! Yeah, all that just to be tilted again. Friggin' typewriter lady. Yeah, but every time a different truth, it seems. It's all because he slammed his foot on the table. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Yeah, I wasn't done! I need to cross-examine the girl. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. What if we choose the other option? Oh, like if we told them that it was empty? I don't know. I don't think this is the type of game that would have like branching endings, so it would probably loop back to the correct one, or I would just like lose points and have to start over until I get the right option. Use the power of BL to sway the court. Yeah, that's right. So you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Oh, the thing... Okay, I can... Wait, how do I... Okay. I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's the rum idea, innit? I don't understand what she's saying. It would have more or less been the same outcome. I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenets. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And 1 little scapegrace riding for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right? She's speaking in the mythical language of British. Mythical language. But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. no one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. Right, a waste of time. Dismiss everything. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own in the God permit at least some of the time. What? I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit? Oh yeah, well that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it. Only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right, mister? To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? I guess not. So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Okay. Plot twist halfway through, this game turns into blood porn, and Ryuunosuke has to go and murder the entire population of London. Wow, that would be a bigger twist than the twist in 12 minutes. The game presents interesting concepts. Fickleness of public opinion, whether we follow our clients blindly or acknowledge the truth. Yeah, there's some deep stuff going on among all the Ace Attorney silliness. Can't see. So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. Yeah, we hear both Gilded and Gina talk at the same time. Confused as a giraffe trying to eat fish. That's a great analogy. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. Thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriage, so it's Obson's choice. Who are all these random people that British people keep referring to? Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right, and then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. What do you mean, or not? It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and added quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGillicud's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. Yeah, why would the victim fall if he got up to stab him? And when Mr. McGillicud discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Ew! Oh, how awful. The body fell on her. Both me hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGillicud for a while. Is that correct? He's saying kill in Spanish. Mata. He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to in that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smart-ish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." Thanks, Willy Wonka. Yeah, it was all a prank. Inside the carriage is a camera. Get punked. All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief, shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are still all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Okay. So... need to present something, I guess? So I snuck inside the carriage. Is it to do with the sound, or this swell down did help me get away? Oh wait. Okay, well, it's just gonna cycle through. Well, wait, let me look at the court record again. So... stab wound. And Maybe press again? Will it give me a different dialogue if I press it again? What was this? Okay, the debtors. Fancy ornamentation. Yeah, I guess I'll just press again. I think I pressed all of them. Maybe let me go back. Something's bothering me. What's bothering you, Ryuunosuke? Nothing to show for me troubles. Snuck inside before. That seems right. This also seems right. Yeah, if she was under the sea, she wouldn't be able to see anything. Hear this loud bang. Okay, maybe I'll press this again because let me see what she was saying. Yeah, like, I pressed all of them already, though, so I think I need to present something? Or is it like the witness thing? Like, does Mr. McGilded react weirdly? Made her jump. He let out a scream involuntarily. Oh, there is a weird moment where you have to press statements twice? Okay. Well, I already went through this dialogue, so... Sitting up. I guess I'll just press all of them again. I don't know, I'm kind of lost. When Mr. McGillard discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. Scared stiff. Yeah, the body fell onto her. Both her hands covered in blood. Yeah, so that makes sense. Has asked some stuff, wanted to know. Someone's scream. Wait, so there were two screams? Did anyone say that there was only one scream or something? Oh, yeah, there's story mode. I want the achievements. I want to be big brain. Okay, we'll just try again. So you... Oh, wait, what? Okay, yeah, we pressed that already. Did she get nothing? Wait, is she like on the on this? She's not, right? No, I just want to open it. Okay. I don't know, is there anything? It's just got the... Okay, nothing new. Okay, I'll just keep going. The God permit. She stabbed him thinking it was her wife. There's no more wife stabbing in this game, alright? No wife stabbing will occur today. We escaped the loop. Press twice and Mr. McGilder pipes up. Okay, well this is the last one I didn't press twice, so it's probably this one then, if he does react. Couldn't see out into the cabin at all. Not a job. This is... Yeah, he was sitting on the thing. Wait, is this new? I don't remember. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much. Oh, here. Okay. Wait, what did he say? I missed his voice line. What was the voice line? Wait, how do I? Oh, A. Chotto. Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Man, that's annoying. You have to press it twice. It was the same dialogue too, though. Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrad's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? Jojo, a minute. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas nothing important. Oh. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aw, Ryuunosuke. And I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Don't know why the game makes you do it. It's the only time it happens. Oh no, thanks for backseating. I needed that. I was really confused. That was so confusing. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Bejabbers! Bejabbers. There's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. Imagine if afterwards the game makes you press twice on every single statement. Please, no. Wait. What was the last statement? All I could hear... So she didn't hear the second scream? Or she didn't hear anyone get stabbed? It's profound. Yeah, it's probably important, but I'm not sure why. It's profoundly important! My lord! I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. Why does this feel like it's wrong? Wait, is this wrong? I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Jeez, Santa, racist Santa. Nevertheless. Miss Gina Lestrade. Okay, it's going. I thought it was wrong. You'll supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. Yes, okay. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. I was straining the ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Okay, let's press this. So you were strained to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and nab a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which we were hiding, correct? Yeah! Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! What a mug! So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? It doesn't add up. Because she should have heard... Because there was 2 screams, or she should have heard the guy get stabbed. Adam and Eve it, or would you believe it? She's making all this language up. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zieks realized it too. Counsel! I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilded snoring. But think, Ryuunosuke, think. There's something else she should have heard. Show a piece of evidence? Show a person? She should have heard... She should have heard the other guy's scream, right? Either the scream or like the stabbing? Okay, so it's either it's a person, so it's either lady first or the victim. Think about the order of events. Allow me to elaborate. The victim? Yeah, because she would have heard him get stabbed, right? Like he would have made noise if he got stabbed, right? Particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. A sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. This guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, she must have heard the victim. Oh, X. Thrice-fired Mason? Yeah, are we right? We're right. Yes, my lord, the sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear. Woo, yay! Is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Oh, boarding the omnibus. Oh, right, because he wasn't on there yet. Oh, I got it right again for the wrong reason. Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time? Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave. Wait, then... In which case... When and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Yeah, what? Ah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Ah! Wait, so then how did his body get there? What? Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks! Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. He knew all along! In conclusion, Van Zeek should give me a kiss. Kissu. Yeah, do it, Van Zeeks. You know you want to. Oh, ke he he. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What? What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Yeah, he was stabbed outside the omnibus, but then how'd the body get in there? Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. This girl's a pickpocket, let's not forget that. Granny! Granny! Granny, no! Granny! not again, Granny! Ah! She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I— No! you too. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. No, god damn it. Okay, maid. Maid, you're still on our side, right? Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. You're drunk, bro, you're drunk. Yes, very refreshing. What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? Amadan? This is carnage. It's perfect. Ew, don't lick your knife. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Maid. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going. I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. Miku's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Oh, it's Gaelic / Irish. Mata. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? It means idiot? That makes sense. He called Ryuunosuke an idiot. Counsel! I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the car. He was in there already. He was put there after he died. Right? Because, yeah, like you were saying earlier, like he got stabbed outside and then they put his body in there. So who's actually Edgeworth's ancestor, Van Zeeks or Cosima? It's a good question. Well, he's got the prosecutor blood, but then the boyfriend genes of Cosima. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed. Yugi-yari! Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that obviously in your last sentence? Well said, Lord Van Zeeks. The obviously is troubling me also. Not everyone is related. Sure they are! No. Although I guess if they are related, then we've got a 12-minute situation here on our hands again. Oh god. That's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been moved into the carriage afterwards. Then answer me this. How could a cadaver have been placed inside a moving carriage? They are in your fan fiction. I shall have to penalize the defense heavily for this irrelevant ramble. What? Wait, was it? That was wrong? The penalty is evidently not heavy enough, judging from the sleep in his eyes, so I ask you again. If this petty thief's were... Okay, so he wasn't stabbed outside? He was in there already. There's another entrance. Yeah, he couldn't have been in there already because they would have seen him. So he like dropped in from the skylight, I guess. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, the other only has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Is it the skylight? Is it really? Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus in which the incident occurred. Okay. I mean, it's the only other place is this, right? But that doesn't, what? How does that make any sense? Also, wouldn't you, like, hear if, oh, maybe that's the thud she heard. Was him, like, dropping down from the skylight. Oh, X. Kurae! The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. Please be right. I say, the skylight? Oh, hey, Tai! Welcome! Igiari! Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However... Igiari! Wow, we're throwing objections everywhere. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. Igiari! So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as, yeah, the thud! I was right! Such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yeah, that's a lot of objection. Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. No, it was him dropping down from the skylight! Yes, it has, but... would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it! Yeah! Another objection! You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible! What do you know? How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Hold it. Huh? Now what? Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... They're lying! Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Alright, time to tip the scales again. Let's go. Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ah! Granny! You believe us now, Granny? The gem on his ring glows? Really? I'll look at it next time. I didn't notice. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? Oh! You rotter, he said! You rotter! What are you insinuating? What kind of... Is he... What is this? Is he, like, riding a horse? This is a flaming outrage! I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. Throwing his butt back. He's throwing it back. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts, it's a disgrace, it's scandalous, it's... Presenting himself, ew. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too, about you rotten scoundrel. Look at Mr. McGilded just laughing at him. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. This freaking animation. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. So rude, oh my god. Fair play or like foreplay? No! Couldn't stand straight. You guys! One is eating his cane and the other one's doing a weird dance. Yeah. Fickleness of public opinion. Casual racism. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation.
I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. Stab. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. Yeah, he has a really suspicious hat. Yeah, the music. Ace Attorney always has the best music. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Testify, testify.
What's it in Jap? Shogen? Shogen?
What's happening, Mr. Naruto?
It's funny because I chose Japanese, so they're chanting in Japanese.
The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Yeah, this British audience is speaking perfect Japanese. How strange.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord.
Wow, they look so scared. You should be liars.
I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward.
You were in a gladiator ring, apparently.
Only 2 people up on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything had happened when we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed?
Or you're both lying.
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
Mr. Thrust.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
The rock eyebrows.
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
Then they both did it. They're both guilty.
That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the 2 of you were in collusion with one another.
Yeah, typewriter lady gets it. Thanks, typewriter lady. Wow, look at her slap that typewriter.
What? Eh? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the 2 witnesses share no common dealings. Huh, well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
That's how she slaps her husband. Wow, typewriter lady. He's writing Naruhodo x Zeke's fanfiction. I'd believe it. Typewriter lady writing fanfiction on her typewriter during the court proceedings. Only 2 people up on that roof deck. Dead or alive. Okay, I guess we'll just press everything again. Or actually, let me look at the court record again. Now that... So, cause of death as single stab wound. He's wearing a weird hat. Maybe he got it from the Hatter.
Oh, and he has a button missing. Is that important? Bloodstain on the right glove. That's McGilded's gloves. And a knife. So maybe if I can prove that the knife belongs to one of them. And he's in debt too, so okay. Absolutely not, Dickon. What? No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilded? I like, first face. Look at that frown. It's so funny. Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself. I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. Hey, Wonder. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask. Do you have any evidence at all? Ah! 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Ah! I saw you with my own eyes! This is going so well. If anything had happened while we were sitting... Okay. Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke? He said. Is that what this is? You just translated for me. Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Why is everyone falling asleep? Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. Wow, thanks for translating first. It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie! I saw you through the glass! You were talking to someone! Talking to the girl? Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. Power bottom. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things! Seeing things! I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. Ah, you! Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it is only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. Capitalism. His hat. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. Neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill him. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, No, not once, never. He'd never met the man before, he said. Never! And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection. Oh! Ooh, suspicious. Chotto! Chotto! Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel, what can I be doing you for? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? Oh, what do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such as thrice-fired Mason? I knew it! I knew his hat was sus. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence afore, my lord. Oh, this you mean? I can't help thinking that poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats! Heh, aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh no, sir! Absolutely not, sir! Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellows here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. Wow. McGilded really is being his own lawyer. Ryuunosuke can just go home. You little weasel! Arr! Yeah, he did our job for us. Yeah, he's better at this than I am. We were all thinking the same thing. Even Ryuunosuke. We're all just like, wow, he's a better lawyer. Yeah, he admitted it. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little Oh, I got an achievement. Hat Hunter awarded. Hat Hunter. Please don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. He's a little too good. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. Couldn't possibly have opened it. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. He's Irish, he can't have done it. 1v1 by potatoes. Oh no. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. I mean, you can open it. It being shut right now doesn't prove anything. So it is. Of course, a fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Ah, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the ting means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? No, don't be tempted by the length quad. Let's stop biting your cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind. Loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happened. He farted? What the? This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. Why? To open the windows. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Why? Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. Yes, arrest him. Arrest him for farting in the carriage. No, sir, the point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried, but I was inside that cabin of shame. Oh. She's like, no, that's not true. You can fart in the cabin. I've done it before. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade! It opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open, dead easy. More easily than you could load that weapon. That's a lie, I told you! Otherwise, when I broke wind, I... You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh! Yeah, from the other side. Look, a few weeks ago I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears. Yeah, she has her, like, the smoke bomb gun for some reason that's allowed in court, I guess. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. Yeah, you like Gina's style? She looks so cool. Yeah, she's the one who smoke bombed the court. This trial's definitely a circus, but who's the ringmaster? Not Willy Wonka, I guess. So what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Hey, there we go. Oh, my hat! She's so cool. See? Yeah, Lestrade from the Holmes books. He's the cop of Scotland Yard. Order! 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 So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Why is that so surprising? I thought we already knew that. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. We know there was evidence before we had to leave. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why the stuff disappeared from the compartment, because of the smoke bomb. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Did we like not figure that out before? I feel like we did. We're so sure the victim fell through the skylight. Where's your proof? Okay, well I guess I have to let me just skip and then I can look at the court record. Why is it not? Oh. So the skylight was fastened shut before. But now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. Okay. Examine inside. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of a murder. It's horrible. Okay. Wait, was there always blood on the floor? That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just... Well, this bloodstain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zieks has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Was that there before? I feel like it wasn't there before. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? That was... Okay, yeah, it's not just me. That wasn't there before. Like, last time I examined this, I totally would have noticed if that was there. And this is empty this time. This seat has a handle, it seems. Yeah, and this time this is empty because all the stuff got taken out. Wait, so did someone else get murdered too? Is there like another murder victim now? This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Oh, there was blood on the ledge? Okay, I'll look at that after. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Oh, yeah, there is! Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Yeah, nice observation. I totally missed that. Yeah, this is why it was good to check the bus at the beginning. Wow. Wait, so did someone literally just die, like, again? Or did they swap the bus? Is this a different bus? Why didn't I have to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo? Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here, look at this! That's without question. It's blood! Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? You're a detective? Okay, yeah, there's a blood stain visible. Okay. I guess that's... So we updated the court record, so... one So I guess I can present that when they're like, it's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone. Yeah, okay. So... yeah, planted during the smoke. Okay. Killed on top, blood spilled there. When the body fell, the blood was on the floor. Set him back up, plus blood on the couch. Yeah, but then why wasn't it there in the beginning? Okay, should I present it here? Yeah, the blood wasn't on the floor before, and there were things in the compartment. So, yeah. Magnus did it. But he's the defendant. We're trying to say he didn't do it. Proof. Vote Ayana? Why? Why is it me now? Okay, on the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. No, I didn't do it! It wasn't me! Don't inject me! I'm not imposter! That's utter humbug! You can't possibly have any evidence! No, you can't! I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you! It's impossible! I got away with killing the wife. No! The wife thing didn't happen. We fixed it. Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom? Counsel. My lord. I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? Point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. Set up Ryuunosuke to meet with Van Zeeks. That's an elaborate setup for some fan fiction. Wait. Come on. I want to highlight the... Okay. This, right? Or should I do the blood on the floor? I mean, this makes sense, right? The sister wife. Yeah, we never finished 12 minutes. We actually went back in time to the 1900s. By Jupiter, is that blood? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. Gotta... No! Yeah, we're still in 12 minutes. Order! 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 Matta! But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. only found his way to that one particular spot on the skylight? Sure, and that would be very convenient. Ah. And let's keep in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? He's a sussy baka. But... There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Yeah, I don't think that's how blood splatter works. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. Yeah, this is really sus. But it can't be, it's all lies! My fellow jury members! I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. Filthy rubbish. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it! Granny. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful part couldn't have done such a thing. Did Magnus actually really do it? On 3 then, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Shut up! Shut up, Vanzeeks! A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Vanzeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. Yigiari! What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood. Yigiari! I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. Sus! But, are you suggesting, Lord Vanzeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? Maybe McGilded paid the girl to do it. What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your stand-in, Lord Vanzeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. Yeah, she made the smokescreen to plant the evidence. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut-tut, Lord Vanzeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Council? Oh, no! I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? The world and his wife. Yeah, can't trust Lestrades. Can't trust Irishmen either. Isn't that right now, Council? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... yeah. It definitely was possible. You don't have to think so hard. We all know it was Gina. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh! Good gracious! Explain yourself, Council. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. Yeah. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah. The omnibus was tampered with because I did it. Wow, was Ryuunosuke all along? Joe? Wow. The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. I like how he has to use his entire body to point. Yeah, she had a whole cliffhanger at the end of the first part. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger? The feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is. Gotta use the hips to point harder. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as bloodstains. Yeah, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. It's empty. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have a smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. Invest in Zeke's coin. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Anything else unusual? Because he already said the blood and the compartment. Is it the blood stain? The other blood stain? Or is there something else? Yeah, the blood on the floor. Oh, we already examined it. Because he only said the blood on the ledge. So he didn't mention the floor blood. I have an inkling. My lord. Yes, counsel? There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd better start watching your back. Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark? Okay, so... It's gotta be this, right? ここだ! If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! Cocoa Puffs. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. You have the same pose as him right now? What, the arms crossed? Ooh. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell you. Whoa, he's got the crazy eyes. He's super guilty, ultra guilty. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. 'Tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there, now! Ah, well... And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. He killed Ayana originally. It was you? Well, my lord? I got killed by Willy Wonka? I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. Someone should have taken a photo of it. Don't you all know what photographic prints are now? And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, he rejected Adolf from art school. Oh no. He caused everything. I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. No, we're going into... no. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Whoa, he's not gonna like slam his foot on the table again and be like, you can't leave, you're guilty. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. But if he's guilty though, they said that he'll get the death penalty, so we don't want him to die either. Even if he is guilty. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... But... I mean, yeah... We think he's so sus. But then... He's mega guilty. He already killed the dude, he needs to die. Kill him. Alright. Let's go. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What a great lawyer. What an amazing defense lawyer. Stand for justice. He's paying. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Use blade mode. Cut him down. Execute him. Yeah. Good. Good gracious me. Yeah, he made a poor cute girl do his dirty work. Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question? Are you of sound mind? No. No, I'm not. Yeah, now he's even more pissed off. Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision.
Yeah, Ryuunosuke believes in integrity. What a good boy.
I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. You believe in beheadings. Here, have this for your troubles.
Ooh, money. he gave us money.
Ah. Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The trial can't go on anymore. And your clothing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality.
Whoa. Evil laugh. Willy Wonka laugh. Wait, so it's just gonna end?
I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You... mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
The park? She's typing faster. Typing the fan fiction. Yeah, he's doing an evil laugh in the middle of court, and everyone's like, yeah, that's cool.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. Huh? I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Oh.
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeeks? My lord? The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple.
Ooh.
If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
It's all his fault.
Oh, lips.
Waifu ship ended with Susato. Gina's the new waifu. But she planted the evidence. Yeah, the proceedings should proceed a bit more. I agree. God damn it, you persistent young boy.
But wait! We were evacuated from the courtroom. Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair!
The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to prefer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Best defense ever! My client's guilty.
Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the law. I'll do it.
Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you have more to say to me, have ya? Just one thing. A warning. Ooh, he's so mad. This is far from over. He's so evil. He looks so evil. Why does no one think he did it? Well, something to be looking forward to then. My client's scum. He's super guilty. 50 death penalties, please. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Yay. Oh, they have confetti in Britain. Oh, they have fireworks inside? This is an outright crime. It has been cleared he's innocent. Wow. Wait, so is the case over? With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. Are we gonna like investigate more or something after this? Or no, it's just over? My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. Burn down the court! Death? With the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. Why does winning feel so bad? Burn down London. This is the worst win ever. Yeah, he would get lynched in real life. Sentence him to play League of Legends. Yeah, retrial. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes it was. Are we the asshole? Yeah, apparently. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance, was it? My defendant defended himself. I didn't do anything. My heartfelt congratulations. Really? Yeah, we got two gold coins. He was the butthole and we were the poop. And to you, Miss Susato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Oh yeah, you just noticed? Tofu blinks with me. Yeah. Blink, blink. We're in sync. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl's with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. Seriously, how did this courtroom not catch on fire? Like multiple times throughout this case. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Thanks for the winks. I'm sure... oh, I said that right. Yes, definitely. Did it work? The wink? Is it working? I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Wahahaha! Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out there a free man, then? don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? You love that tofu things. So cute, thank you. Yeah, special fan service. I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Wahahaha! Ah, 'tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters into hand and sort out any wee details. Yeah, shut up, boy. Everything's resolved. He wants to choke Ryuunosuke. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Have a heart and a taco? Well, thank you for the taco. Wahahaha! It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. He's paying us off. Have a knife and a wife? Ooh, wow, my favorite. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ara. Be whist. You're a humble people, are you? You from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still and all. You deserve a reward. Isn't he pissed at us? He's still giving us money. Mr. Magnus McGilded! Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. What? Why? Yeah, we still got money for free. What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Wait, why is he going back? Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. That's so sus. They're going to examine it again now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. Yeah, we want to see it. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. Thanks, I guess. Thanks. We're rich now, at least. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's gonna shoot us! Ah! Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. That's so cute. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Another cute girl. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Oh! Oh, Do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Her like Sholmes moves. Is this like his little sister or something? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all? Yeah, they both have grenade launchers. Collection of high schoolers? I feel like she's even younger than a high schooler. I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. A what's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before? An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Oh, Professor Layton's games? Are they even available on cell phones? I didn't know they had mobile versions. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. Layton would be fun to play on Steam. I don't think it's on there though. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. Yeah, Layton's the DS games. You can probably... Maybe they have it for Switch? I don't know if they ever converted it. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? No, I want to see the bus. Yes, you're right, but... Where to? Oh, the first 3 Layton games are on iOS? I didn't know that. Should we play those sometime? Those are fun. We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. I guess they have to stay with Sholmes. It's another 12-minute situation and she's both Sholmes' sister and wife. Ew, no! She's like a baby. She looks 12. But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. They're homeless, oh no. Go find Sholmes. Or find Van Zeeks. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. She's 25. She's 40. No! Yeah, don't perv on the lolies. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Oh, she's crying. I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. Wait, where are they gonna stay? However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over.
To be continued? Or is it still going? Oh, there's a cutscene! Ooh, it's anime time. Oh, it's on fire!
これはどういうことだ？
どういうことだ？
私が駆けつけた時にはもう現場検証が始まるまで立ち入り禁止のはずではないか。
What? There's someone in there.
まさか中に誰かいるのか。
中に誰がいるのか。Judge, Santa.
なんという。
Oh. Anime Vanzeeks. Who was in there? Well, y'all just gonna watch it burn? I knew the friggin' courtroom would catch on fire at some point. Just didn't think it would be at the very end. This is pretty hot. Yeah, you look so handsome. Yeah, fire hazard time. Wow. That was such a weird case. Oh, this is the next one. Okay, so yeah, so that was it. That was all of case 3. Wow. Okay, so we have two cases left for the first game, and then we'll start the second game. Cool. Yeah, who was it? Who was inside? Guess we'll have to find out next time. Man, that's the first time I've won a case and it felt so bad. Yeah, another case beaten, but feels bad. I don't even know if we should celebrate that. I feel kind of... That was so suspicious. And, like, Sholmes was gone the entire case. I thought we'd get to do... I guess next case will probably be more important. We'll probably stay at his house, I guess. Sleepover with Sholmes. Let's go. Hound of the Baskervilles. Yeah, you really like Gilded's character. He's an interesting character. Is he dead now, though? Did he just die in the fire? Was that him? Who was inside it? Yeah, it's gonna be McGilded burning. The one person missing from the cutscene. Oh, wait, no. Maybe it's Kazuma. Maybe Kazuma was inside. Case 4, Trials and Tribulations ended bad too. Oh yeah. Yeah, bad endings. What if Sholmes was inside the bus? Yeah, maybe it was Sholmes. It's for the money, but we didn't even take his money. Kazuma's already dead. No, he's not. I'm in denial. He was just in the bus the whole time. Well, I guess he died again because it caught on fire. Or yeah, it's either Kazuma or I like the theory that it's Sholmes. Because he wasn't there the entire time. And then he just like shows up in the bus only for it to catch on fire. Another dead boyfriend. I was alive all along, why does it smell like fire? Smells like chicken. Move on? I'll never move on. The first boyfriend. Yeah, that was a fun case. I'm glad we finished it in one stream at least for this part. I'm excited for next time though, because I think things are finally picking up and we got some new characters. We got a lowly sister for Sholmes, I guess. We didn't even find out her name, did we? It was just question marks. So yeah, next time we'll find out what her name is. Kazuma returns in the last case to give Ryuunosuke a kiss. That better happen then. Now that you've said it. It's really epic. Her name is number 1 waifu. No, she's like 12. No waifu. No 12-year-old waifus. Yeah, thanks for coming, you guys. Glad we got through another case. We're getting close to the end of the first game. I'm excited. I'll have to find another long game to play because I think I'll take a break from Ace Attorney after the first game just to like try some other stuff. But yeah, clearly 25. Metal Gear Rising. That's right. Yeah, I'll look into that. I don't know if I'll do that whole game though because I think it's kind of long. But yeah, I'll keep doing Ace Attorney Thursdays until the first game's done, and then we'll swap to something else. But yeah, and I'll post Sunday schedule sometime this week. I'll figure it out. I'll do another art stream soon, I think, because I have some fun art planned. And then yeah, some Valentine's Day stream maybe in 2 weeks. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts would be fun. I don't have my PS4 anymore though. Cyber butts. Blind to blue kanjis. Yeah, comfy art stream. We'll have another comfy art stream soon. Metal Gear Rising only like 5 hours? Really? Okay, yeah. I'll look into that then. It was on Steam, right? I'll get it. That sounds fun. It'll be a nice change of pace from all the story games. All the reading games, but yeah. I don't know how good I'll be at it. Like, please don't be mad at me if I keep dying. The second coming of Degen Go. No, not the degenerate streams! Let's Play channels end if they do Kingdom Hearts because it's Disney, maybe? Disney kills everything. Won't be mad, just furious. Okay. Failure is entertainment. Yeah, I'm sure we've all figured that out by now. The music? Expect me to sing? Is there singing in that game? Is it a karaoke game all along? It's not a hack and slash, I have to use my voice. Interesting. But yeah, actually, that sounds fun. I'll try it. I don't know which day I'll do it yet, but yeah, let's do it. I'll play it. That sounds fun. Be prepared to sing along. But then I need to like learn the songs ahead of time, otherwise I can't sing along. Great songs and hot boys. Well, sounds like the perfect game for me then. Disney, I have become Death Destroyer of Worlds. Yeah. What do I think about butt rock? What is that? I don't know what I think about it. I don't know what that means. You'll sing too in the chat. Okay, sing along stream. What does that mean? Search it up? Would not recommend Kingdom Hearts on the Switch. I didn't even know it was on Switch. Rules of Nature. I'm scared to look it up. Maybe I'll do that later. I don't know. Rules of Nature, what? A genre of music? To do with butts? Like what? Like, do you play like the butt drums? To play butt rock? I don't understand. Steam would be better than... Wait, Kingdom Hearts is on Steam too? Wow, there's way more stuff on... I need to, like, check what's on Steam before I buy things for my Switch from now on. Because, like, I bought Ace Attorney because I thought it was only on Switch. And then it was, like, $10 cheaper on Steam. What the hell? And it probably would have been easier to stream from, too. Because I have to use my capture card with the Switch. But I can just stream from my PC. It has nothing to do with literal butts? Really? I thought it was gonna be something yabai. Will I play horror games? Yeah, I'll play some horror games. I downloaded Amnesia like a while back, and it's been sitting in my Steam library, or no, my Switch, on my Switch. I have it on my Switch. So I guess I'll play that at some point, but I don't know. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, is it recommended? Okay, I'll look into that. PS4 is cheaper though? That's gonna be fun. Yeah, we'll do another horror game soon. Horror games are fun. Stressful but fun. And yeah, at some point I'll get Little Nightmares too, and we'll do that. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah, Amnesia's pretty old, right? Was it like... Is it even like before 2000? Or it's still like after 2000, right? There's like 4 or 5 games of that? I don't know. Do you have to play all of them to like understand things? Or can I just like... What's the best Amnesia game? Is there like the one Amnesia game I have to play first? Do I have to play the OG one first? Like the very first one? Yeah, not that old. Oh, 2010? Okay, yeah, that's not that old. Why did I think it was older? Maybe it just like, because the graphics look kind of old, I was like, wow, this looks like a really old game. It's been a decade. Same engine from Oblivion. 2000 is old. No, I am. So 2000 and late. Hey. Never played Amnesia? Well, cool. Then we can run through it together. Yeah, I'll look into all these games. We've got plenty of games to choose from. I still have a lot of other things in my Steam library that I haven't played yet too. I want to do Omori at some point, and I have Disco Elysium, but I think that's a really long game, so I might save that for like when I have more time. Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, they're dead as an act. They're not dead like me. Yeah, not actual death. Yeah, well, watching someone play it is a lot more fun. We'll scream together. Amnesia brings back some weird memories. Well, that's ironic. Amnesia. Fergie keeps killing herself when she sings the anthem. Oh, Fergie. What did she even... has she been making music still? Where did she go? Where did all the Black Eyed Peas go? I know, like, will.i.am still does stuff. I don't know anyone else. Disco Elysium dancing meme? No, I haven't seen that. I, like, don't know anything about that game. I just downloaded it because the graphics looked really cool, and I heard it was, like, a story game, so... It had really good reviews, too. But yeah... I guess there's a lot of memes for Disco Elysium. Maybe that one can be my next like long story game after Ace Attorney. It is what it is. It was made by the animator of the game? Wow, they made their own memes. Poggers. Very story-based, has more dialogue than an average Japanese visual novel. Really? Wow. Okay, that sounds fun then. Yeah, maybe that can be my next... I'll, like, finish Ace Attorney, and then do Disco Elysium, and then we'll do Ace Attorney Part 2 after. That sounds good. And then I'll do some Metal Gear Rising and some horror games in between, I guess. Put it on my Twitter. Okay. There's so many. I keep getting so many suspicious links from you guys on my Twitter. Metal Gear Rising and horror after. Yeah, sounds like fun. Let's go. Pog. Alright, yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching Ace Attorney. That was a really fun case. Fun ending to a weird case, I should say, actually. Suspicious girls keep following you. On your Twitter. Well, maybe it's those spam bots that keep spamming the sister link. Whatever that is. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Otsuyana. Bye bye. Have a good night or day, whatever time it is. Bye bye.
Oh.